This is the Now Morning Show, and we are going to be crossing in a bit to Ian Galt, General Manager, Enterprise Services at TSTT and Platinum Sponsor Business Technology category for the Chamber of Commerce Champions of Business Awards, and Gabriel Faria, who is the CEO of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Lisa.
Gabriel, let me start with you because, you know, this is such a prestigious event. It's an annual event. What are the plans this year amid COVID-19?
Lisa, it's interesting. I was here last year and I heard you speaking earlier about celebrating excellence. And COVID-19 has actually allowed us to pivot positively. And there's actually a pivot award in our awards this year. What it's done is taken an award ceremony that basically had 500-600 people attending.
Yes.
Napa, and we're now going to be streaming live on TV. We're going to be having 5 different programs,
Okay.
So 4 half-hour programs and 1 finale. And now it means that Trinidad and Tobago can celebrate excellence, not just the 500 or 600 people that attend.
Isn't it?
That I think it's actually allowed us after 16 years
Yes.
to truly become a national award.
Well, isn't it wonderful that you could reimagine how business, you know, at the beginning of COVID-19, you're probably thinking, not just you, but businesses, how am I going to thrive? And now here you're saying that this is now thrusted into the national domain inadvertently, yes, or through serendipity, that through streaming, thousands, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but around the world, would be privy to what many of us knew just 500 or 300. It used to be at the Hyatt at one time previously. So that is phenomenal, I think, for the Chamber, Gabriel.
Yes, and I mean, it's interesting because, Ian here from Be Mobile.
Yes.
What it does is it shows you the importance of technology, and it shows you the importance of leveraging technology to really pivot your business and to reimagine your business. And of course, the theme of our awards this year, is reimagine and reinvent.
Right.
And it's just so opportune. And when you see working with UTC, they actually suggested we do a pivot award. Look for a business that took this crisis and actually came out stronger.
Right.
So there's so much opportunity.
And Ian, I know TSTT is the platinum sponsor for the business technology category. What are your expectations for 2020 with regard to this category?
Sorry, is that for me, Lisa?
Yes, in terms of the business technology category, I believe TSTT is the platinum sponsor.
We are indeed, yes.
Right. What are your expectations for this category?
Well, Lisa, we had a very, if I look back last year to sort of give context on what we hope for this year, last year our 3 finalists were 2 companies that had fundamentally used technology to disrupt the industry they were in and to change their business and to grow their business. The actual winner took it a step further, and essentially their business was launched completely on technology. So literally their business could not have happened if it weren't for technology. My expectations this year, first and foremost, is one, to encourage people to submit names of their friends' businesses or suggest other businesses to put their name into the ring. Because, I think a lot of people make assumptions that I wouldn't qualify for this. So last year we had an excellent response. This year we expect bigger, better. And I would say this year we expect more businesses that are even more dependent on technology, because, yourself and Gabe were talking about it in the opening segment, Lisa, but what technology does for a business now, it makes it boundaryless, literally. Obviously innovative, it's disruptive to the industry. So we expect a lot more of that this year.
I know you are with TSTT. Have you seen a growth in online businesses or businesses that rely on technology for whatever reason? based on coming out of the pandemic?
Right. So again, I go to the opening segment with yourself and Gabe. I've been in the industry for many more years than I care to remember, but I would honestly say that I always knew that communications and ICT was mission critical for business. But I can tell you, I think in the first week of the true lockdown in the pandemic, if ever I needed reminding, I got it that week. It was people literally reaching out 24/7. We need this, we need more bandwidth, we need education sites online, healthcare hotlines. For a couple of 3 weeks, it was mind-boggling. So I think what we have seen, Lisa, is a lot more businesses who I would say before were very traditional and very staid and, thought that the cloud was something that you saw over Maracas Bay or down the islands. All of a sudden it became the natural language. We need this, we understand the benefits, it lowers our operating cost, it gives us wider spread. So we saw, I would say, a lot of businesses put demands to change their business, to react. We also saw some very interesting startups come along, and they saw it as the opportunity as the ideal time to launch at very reasonable cost. They didn't require a lot of capital expense.
Yeah. And I'd imagine now some of these businesses would be part of your target audience for this category and other categories. Gabriel, what is the process to be nominated?
That's exactly why we're here, Lisa. So what we are trying to do now, the reason we have this outreach here, is taking what Ian said. So many people who have won our awards or been inducted into our Hall of Fame, many people in Trinidad wouldn't know them. I mean, I was in awe when a couple of years ago when I looked at the story of Lal Paladi, a vendor who couldn't make it into the Tuna Puna market. He had to sit outside, and the start of that dream has become Pennywise, which is the largest retailer in the category in the West Indies. I mean, you talk about people like Derek Chin, Helen Bhagwan Singh. So as Ian says, we are looking for nominations. Nominations close on the 7th of September.
Okay.
And we are looking for people who have people in their neighborhoods, in their businesses that saying, this person is leveraging, this is an excellent entrepreneur. This is somebody that really pivoted their business. So, I mean, Guardian Life sponsors our Hall of Fame Awards.
Right.
And I must tell you, Guardian Life for the Caribbean really recognizes, it wants to associate itself with success. When you look at even our entrepreneurship awards, Lisa, I mean, this year it's UTC. UTC has, I think, 600,000 holders. And when you look at, they are trying to support the entrepreneurial landscape to help to build another level of entrepreneurs. And when you think of Bertie's Pepper Sauce, Jules Sobian, Dean Akin, Coco Republic, again, look at how UTC has done. When you think of our internationally known TNT owned award, and again, the awards are so relevant, and it's amazing how relevant they are in today's economy. Today, Trinidad must look outward. We must stop looking at our rock. And when you think of companies like SM Jalil, Bermudas,
Twigs, I believe, was one of your winners as well. The tea exporter,
Right. So when you think of what they are doing, and now to have Exim Bank, whose ethos is building export capacity. I was talking to a company yesterday telling me dollars over the last 5 years in building rigs and so on in the region. So there's so much opportunity, and of course having a sponsor like B-Mobile focus on business technology is so relevant. So we have, I think, the core of how businesses grow. Right, from entrepreneur using technology, exporting, and then building a multi-generational business. What we want is for Trinidad and Tobago to send in their nominations. We want
Okay.
their people. We can't know everyone, and you don't have to be a member of the chamber.
Okay.
You don't have to be a member of the chamber.
Okay.
You can be any business.
And you go online. I know there was a link. We don't have the link up, but there is a link that you can
Right.
go on the Chamber's website and fill out the nomination, I'd imagine.
Correct. Very easy. Chamber.org.tt.
Yeah.
Go on. There's a slider on the front. Click the slider. Go to the link. It's /nominate and nominations, and everything is available online. And once you give us the basic information,
Yes.
our team goes out and does the research. So you don't have to. I mean, we'd like you to provide as much as you can.
Right.
But if you give us some basic information, and we have an independent panel of judges
You
that
do?
judge each of these awards,
Yes.
so that we make sure it's done professionally.
Yeah.
And it's what people tell me when they come to those awards, and I hope we can do that for Trinidad. They are so hyped up when they listen to these stories of people who have either succeeded or who have started businesses they didn't know about, and they feel so positive. And we need that now, Lisa, for Trinidad and Tobago. We need
Absolutely.
that.
Well, I was just speaking about positive energies, and this is something very positive that's happening. And just to hear the stories, I know that you guys curate videos on even the nominees, and I'm not sure if they're up on your site, but certainly it's something that persons could go and be inspired by some of the stories of previous winners, previous nominees who've passed through the Champions of Business Awards that take place every year. You did not give us the date for this year. Do you have the date for 2020?
Yes. Right. So
We just have a few
final
more
award
seconds.
ceremony. Sorry. Yeah. The final award ceremony is actually the 20th of November.
Okay.
But we have a whole process we go through.
Right.
So we are now in the nomination phase.
Right.
Nomination phase ends the 7th of September.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go through, we do the evaluation. We have to do a lot of research. The judges meet a number of times to go through a short list.
Right.
In the case of the awards such as Business Technology, we bring
Yeah.
it down to 3 finalists. And what we're doing this year is we're actually having a show for each of the awards.
Right,
So we're having
okay.
a half-hour program for each award. And
Nice.
so each sponsor gets a half-hour program, and then we
Nice.
have the finale,
Yeah.
in a 1-hour program. This show
Wonderful.
wouldn't be possible without these sponsors
Mm-hmm.
and so many other sponsors. I mean, even Atlantic Southern
Yeah.
Sales, Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange, again, a critical element in bringing capital to support businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And our media sponsors who sponsor us.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you're going to be back on before the big day in November, but I want to congratulate the Chamber once again for the Champions of Business Award. And thank you both, gentlemen, Ian Gold and Gabriel Faria, for coming on this morning to launch off, so to speak, the nominations aspect of the Champions of Business Awards for 2020. Thank you so much, Ian and Gabriel. Continue to be safe.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right, take care. All right, then. Well, that was, I get all energized and excited when we're talking about business, entrepreneurship, and excellence. It just gives me back that drive to continue.